Top the podcast. I am your host, Damon Hicks, and today I got a very special guest. I'm actually been excited to have this guest on here. He spoke a lot of knowledge into me. We talk a lot, and I just wanted him to be on here to share some knowledge and wisdom with y'all guys. And so, without further ado, I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Oh man, I appreciate it, Demond. My name is Makeba Averitte. I'm a school teacher, a father. I hold several different hats that I wear. A comedian as well. Part of the village. Yeah,
Okay.
part of the village.
Hey, I appreciate that. So we're just
Yeah,
gonna get straight into it. Again, the reason why I brought him on here, he brought so much knowledge and just so much wisdom. So for the people, you know, Makeba, the father, the teacher, what's some things that what made you go into being a teacher? Let's just start there.
well, shoot, when I was young, the struggles and stuff that I went through as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then going to school, teachers didn't know what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times teachers don't know, right? There's some, like myself, I was going through all kinds of stuff. My mom, illiterate, the struggles of her relationships and things like that. So as a young man going to school, those things impact me.
Now again, you a black teacher. So I mean, growing up,
Yeah.
did you see any black teachers?
Yep, I did. My art teacher was. Yeah,
Mm.
and that's one of the reasons I kind of gravitated to art because of that. And my I went to a predominantly white school, so we had a Black History Club, so I love that.
Nah,
So
that's
yeah, so that kind of helped me too. But yeah,
So what's some of the most impactful things of you being a black teacher with dealing with students with trauma and different things? You were showing me on the board
yeah,
about 20 minutes ago, like the mindset of the kids coming in here with the things that they deal with at home. A lot of people don't even understand what they go through.
yeah. A teacher got children like 8 hours. They work shift,
Hmm.
40 hours a week. So kids is gonna gravitate to teachers quicker than they do their own parent. So a lot of the children are social and emotional, shook. They not illustrating being a kid, not even having fun. So
How many years you been a teacher?
8 years.
When did you first notice that? Like, what was the?
I was just a volunteer, just speaking to the community. The parents is coming in, and before the school even started, I was just volunteer, just talking about how to fill in the gaps and stuff like that. And a lot of times, I was just speaking on drugs and broken homes
Mm-hmm.
and having being a healthy parent,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
healthy co-parent when parents are not together.
yeah,
So what that looked like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Because
yeah,
you are a father of a daughter. How
yeah,
old is your daughter?
13,
How's that journey been as a father?
Oh, it's been lovely. It's been lovely. The struggle, I know a lot of people be like, man, parent is hard. I'll be like, well, it's not the parenting part. It's the absent part
Mm,
when parents, when you lack
mm-hmm,
parenting.
mm-hmm.
Parent is it's a lot, and it's not a book, but when a child needs the mom or a child needs the dad and they're absent, then that becomes the hard part.
Okay, I want to get into that. We're gonna come back to the teacher, but I want to get into that because that's a
Yeah,
subject that I feel a lot of people, you know, love to have a conversation about,
for sure.
but need to learn about. And you're a person that I feel like is an expert when it comes to being a father and a black father at that. I haven't seen a lot of black fathers that's as intentional as you are. And
I
so
appreciate it.
I wanted to bring up something that you had told me one day. So I was talking to him one day, y'all, about my mother and how I never understood why my mother didn't give us hugs growing up or why she didn't say I love you. And you had broke it down to me and told me that it was a domino effect. And I never thought about that. Can you tell the people a little bit about
Well,
what that looked like?
yeah, parents only going to give you or a child what they only know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, their parents and how they love them. Sometimes we came up under a roof over the head, food on the table, clothes on the back, and that's the way.
Mm-hmm.
So parents love in a certain way. That's their way of showing that love. It wasn't a lot of embracing because they didn't get it.
Man, I mean, and
Yeah,
so it's just a continued domino effect.
it's a continued
How do
domino
you break?
effect.
How do you break that?
Well, you break it in a way of understanding that, and then give what you didn't get.
So, all right, let me ask you this, because I guess my problem was sometimes people don't know how to give it because they didn't receive it.
Yeah.
So how do
So
you do it? How do you like? So you first become first become knowledgeable of like, all right, this is a problem.
yeah, so you are aware of what you did not get,
Mm,
right? You're aware of it. Now if you're affected off of it and it has made your life become unmanageable, of course you seek some help for
mm,
that. But at the end of the day, you want to give what you did not get. So if it's reading a bedtime story to
mm,
your child, then do it.
mm,
If it's quality time that you did not get, then do that. You
mm,
know, but most importantly, understand your parents and that struggle, and don't fault them.
mm. That's the part that people don't. That last part, I
Yeah,
had to learn that giving my parent grace. Why?
yeah,
Because there's no rule book to parenting.
right.
This is what I had to learn. You know, we all go through things and we all have our childhood traumas. And so, I mean, how did you, learn? How did you learn that?
Yeah, my mom, she never disrespect my father. She never,
Mm,
and the men that she had in her life, she never compared them to me and my brother.
mm.
Yeah, she never was like, you ain't nothing, you just like your father, or you just like the man that I accepted, or she never did that.
And that's funny. In our generation, my generation, you see that a lot on social media,
Hmm.
and not to just go further out, but as a black man, how do you stay tunnel vision when you seeing all that and hearing that and was raised with that? Like I was just at an event and a young black man was talking about that. Like he didn't have nobody around him that could speak life into him. But what he did hear is what that person wasn't doing and what that black man is, and he needed
Yeah,
to work
he
that
he
aspect.
received what the village looked like.
Mm,
That's what he did, and that's how he was getting raised, right? He still loved his family, his mama and
absolutely,
daddy,
yeah.
but they just wasn't there. So he started reaching out to the village, and he received that from them. You
So,
know what I'm
so
saying?
okay, okay. My bad. Did you wanted to keep
Not,
going? Because I wanted to say to bring it back to you being a teacher.
mhm.
How do you, put that into being a teacher?
Man,
Seeing these young kids. Like, can
because
you see a kid when you see a kid?
all of 'em. All of them, man. Majority of this our black community
Hmm.
fatherless, like biological father,
Yeah.
is not in the household.
Mm.
Now it might be a man there, but then
He's
it's
not in.
still gaps that still need to be filled. And as a black teacher, black
Mm-hmm.
man
Mm-hmm.
teacher, man, you see it all the time. Some kids don't even want to go on recess outside. They're coming here while I have a classroom
Mm-hmm.
just to come help and do things and just feel good about themselves.
I want you to break down a little bit too, just for the audience to give them a reason why the kids. What are some things you do in your classroom?
So I got clothes, shoes, um, deodorant, men things, girl stuff,
Mm-hmm.
hair, ball balls, barrettes and stuff. And they saying, dang, this teacher, this black man is aware that my shoes is ran over.
Mm-hmm.
He's aware that I came from home
Mm-hmm.
and my hair is not twisted up or braided. You know what I'm saying? So them kids just came from a house.
Yeah.
And here go this teacher who cared.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. Um, and then I print out happy birthday color sheets and happy mom, happy birthday color sheets, dad, happy birthday color sheets to grandma and pawpaws, so that they can give back to them ones who is embracing them
Mm.
when that mom or dad is lacking a lot of the parenting. Some of them
So
them
not
kids.
only are you showing them love and showing them how to receive love, you showing them how to give the love.
Yes, under the struggle, because, like I said, my mama never, your daddy ain't nothing. She never did that. My mama was the type to, would buy gifts, send it to our father, put their name on the gift as if they gave it to us,
How
just to create a connection.
Yeah. So how important you feel like that is in our community when we don't have that?
Man, it's very important, man, because we can't live off pain. Our kids can't survive off the hurt. Cause a lot of times them relationships ain't gonna work. Now what? Okay, it don't work. Now what we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Grow up. We got to man up. We can't be bitter. A lot of times we see our young men in proving grounds. They clash with the baby mama clash with the baby daddy.
Mm-hmm.
They separate. He move on and got a woman. She got kids. He do a lot for these children.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing awesome. They get married. They awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's messed up because he doing more than it seemed that he is not doing with these kids.
Biologically.
But guess what? It was in him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It was in him. The seed was already there in that man when he was with the original.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't wait.
How do we face those challenges head on?
Yeah, man. It takes a lot of self preservation.
Um, say this real fast. You do something in your classroom where he actually have a little girl. I am a queen,
Oh yeah.
and is that I'm a king, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With positive affirmation. So
How do the kids react to that? Or
they
for the kids,
they
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 just
definitely appreciate it because the kids will come in and they gonna come with their everyday situation.
mm-hmm.
The way they deal with life is at home, however it is, whether they slang talking or wherever what you looking at, or however they acting. So I send them to the Queen's Mirror. If it's a young lady, I tell her to go to the Queen's Mirror, embrace herself, because that's who she is. She probably came in and forgot who she was.
Mm,
So I have positive affirmations. Some of it says like I love myself, I'm awesome, I'm polite, I'm smart, I'm kind, and she has to read that to herself.
mm-hmm.
Look in the
Speaking life
mirror,
into
yeah,
herself.
speak life into herself when things just seem so bad. And then I have a little bear. She over there is like a little unicorn,
Mm-hmm.
but it's always smiling. So when them little thoughts and them little angry thoughts is in her head or his head, they can embrace this little bear,
Yeah.
and then get it back together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you had said as you were saying, I was thinking like, what gives you this drive? Just as a black man, I haven't really seen a lot of that. So what gives you this drive? Just outside of you being a father, what gives you this drive to show these kids this type of love?
Yeah, I'm really. A lot of times I tell the children, I'm not even speaking as an educator.
Mm,
I'm speaking as a father.
mm,
So when I tell them, young lady, I talk to them like that, ma'am, sir. I'm 49 years old, and I'm already giving them respect that's a lot of them not used to. I've asked those children, raise your hand. Raise your hand if your parents curse at home. Raise your hand
mm,
if they, you hear a lot of curse words.
mm,
And most of them do.
mm-hmm,
And then I'm saying, I get it. They not perfect, but they love you. But at the
mm-hmm,
end of the day, I'm saying, sir, ma'am, please.
mm-hmm.
Because I'm giving them how to receive respect,
Yeah.
love, how to give it to each other. Because we are a village. We together every day. Y'all together every day. Right?
Yeah.
So it's important that, not to mimic the frustration that may be at home or frustration that they may see on TV, TikTok, or YouTube or whatever, but get it from Mr. Avery or give it because I'm the image that could be lacking at home.
Yeah.
I'm the image that could be dead. My
Mm-hmm,
daddy got killed. I
mm-hmm,
done ran across children like that, man.
mm-hmm. What What's the most challenging thing for you so far as being a black teacher?
Man, the odds that
Mm,
is against black men. And all these young boys is in here who need that father,
mm,
who need the both parents,
mm-hmm,
the both. It's four to five men teachers in here,
mm.
three black, the rest all women teachers. That percentage is somewhat like our community. My mama was a single mother. She didn't keep
Mine
the
was
the,
too.
the abusive man, but she never downed him.
Mm-hmm,
Some was alcoholics, one was abusive, but she never ever kept them and choose them over us because she raised me and my brother in the desire she looked for in a man.
mm-hmm,
Strength, take the trash. I still take her trash out to this day.
mm,
Me and my brother. wash her dishes. We go in there, we washing her dishes, taking her trash out.
Mm.
And I'm 49. He older than me, right?
Still doing
So
that to this day.
to this day,
That's beautiful.
yeah. So
A lot of
these are
black men need
things I'm
cops,
teaching
bro.
these young men in here, the young girls. I'm telling them, ladies, don't sit like that. Young men, don't sit like that. Sit like me. I'm sitting. You see me,
Mm-hmm.
and they do
Yeah, yeah.
that, and they be trying, man. They be trying, man. Teachers become the parent images. And then I support the women teachers. I go in because what that look like is I'm supporting the figurative mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the figurative father.
Mm-hmm.
If Miss Johnson said something, you do what did she just tell you?
Yeah.
And I'm supporting it, and she should do as well.
Mm.
And a lot of times, our home and the communities are not having that type of support.
Mm.
It don't have to be overly aggressive. It could just be with love. And I also do when them birthdays come, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. These kids, it was some students of mine. They were just talking within themselves,
Mm.
and they talked about how their father, man, birthday didn't come to their birthday. Wasn't able to make it. One was in jail, and it had me in tears though, because they was having this communication with themselves,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I made it my business to create a birthday for them, even though it wasn't even their birthday at that time, and gave them some gifts and cards, man.
Mm.
On behalf of those brothers. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just saying because nobody is perfect.
I love how you put that because most people would have shunned or they would have said something. See, if you want to doing this, doing that, and I like how you continue to go back to that. How you
Yeah.
were saying your mother didn't speak down
Yes.
on your dad or
Yeah.
the man that she was dealing with, even
Yep.
if they had flaws.
Yep.
What
Yep.
do you feel like the benefit is behind that? Because a lot of people in my generation, the young parents is like, well, the young mother or young father's like, I'm doing this by myself. He
Yeah.
ain't doing this. He should be doing this.
Because what they doing is assassinating the part that they got to have
Mm-hmm.
to raise that other child. To raise that child, man. It takes two to make the one. Ain't no way that you gonna raise a child without using the opposite, some shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah. I want to twist it a little bit because what you have in this room is a lot of successful black people. What's her name one more time?
Ruby Bridges.
Yeah, Ruby Bridges. What's his name?
That's Ernie Barnes. Ernie Barnes is the artist from Good Times
And
that
and
JJ, was drawing.
and I say that because how you were saying how you have them, how your mother, didn't speak down. I feel like also in a school with a black teacher, we don't get to see a lot of successful black faces from the history, unless it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
And so, what drove you to have this? Was it from what your mother,
Yeah, we
the
had
teachings from your mother?
for sure, and we have to be culture relevant too. So I not only have Black history or Black culture
Mm-hmm.
artists, I also have Latinas,
Mm-hmm.
so that because I
Showing
have
representation.
that's right, I got students that are Hispanic, so it's very important that they see themselves, see hope, because how society is painting for our children and adults is the TikToks or the baddies and these
Yeah,
reality
all the
shows and
Zeus and all
things like that.
that.
So, and what it is creating these false images of how these children are wanting to become.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, on my sign out front of my class, it says, "We all are great people. We all are great people. It's just that some of us show it more than others,
Mm.
right? You can have a tomato plant like this, and then it's a tomato plant, and in the ground, just a little leaf is sticking up. But guess what? It's still a tomato plant. This just grow more.
Yep.
This been watered. It's
Mm.
been treated more.
Mm-hmm.
So we all are great, but some show it more. Just because um, little Junebug or Tyrone that got locked up don't mean
Yeah.
he just a low down dirty person, a dirty dog. Just because the mama has lacked a lot of things, and she ain't where she need to be, don't mean she just nothing. Nah, she's still a human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
So I want to ask you this about fatherhood, because we got a little bit on that. So with fatherhood, as a young father, what should that look like? Just in general, as a father, for the fathers that's listening, or for the mothers, and they wanted to give their children father a little bit of direction. What should that look like? Just a father.
as a young father,
Yeah.
man,
What should he be focused on?
he should be focused on. I mean, I'm a religious person.
I
God
ain't nothing
off
wrong with
top.
that. God
You got
first.
to
Me
put
as well.
God first, but you got to put God first in front of those children.
Yeah. Ooh.
See, you can say it
Ooh.
all day,
Ooh.
but you got to get on your knees and pray with in front of them kids. And the
Ooh.
reason why, one of the things that I was with my daughter,
Mm.
she said I was teaching her how to tie her shoe up, and she said, "I got it, Daddy, I got it." And I was like, "Listen, just don't cry if you don't get none. I got it." And she I said, "Okay, I'm gonna just walk on away." And she grabbed the shoestring and she did the first part and tied it like that. But
Mm-hmm.
she didn't know the rest. I said, "But ask me for help." And she was like, "Okay." So I leave the room, come back, and she was looking sad. Cause all she had was that part. And I seen that part. I ran around the room. Whoa, whoa,
Ooh.
whoa. And she was like, "What?" I said, "Listen, there's some people can't do that. That's older than you." So she's told me she was happy, man. That's pushing. That's pushing. Then it's also showing that mother that you standing strong for both of them, even if the mama don't do
Mm-hmm.
it. Also, kids think you know everything. I had to show her I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I had to show her my vulnerability,
Mm-hmm.
and that's praying to God.
Mm-hmm.
I had to show her that so
Got it.
she can,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not going to be here forever. When she's going through something, she'll know who to call on, because her daddy
Mm-hmm.
did.
Hey, you talking?
Straight up,
You
man.
talking? Nah, yeah. I was raised, in the church as well, myself, and I feel like, man, when you raised in the church and your parents introduce you to God, you're able to fight them battles different in life.
Oh, yeah. It's like riding a bike. You rode a bike before, and you start riding, you still know how.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you was brought into church, and then you stopped, you know to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So this is my next question. After I ask you this, I wanted you to tell me. You said something that was gonna make me cry. So I want to hear that question. You remember it?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So
yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this first though. What's one of the most challenging thing about just being a father, if it is one for you?
The challenge it is where the other parent lacks.
Mm,
Man.
mm,
That's the challenging part. When a kid, man, requires the other parent and they
mm-hmm,
don't have it. Your mama can only do so much with you,
mm-hmm,
man. Your mama can only do so much with you. And if she ain't got no man to help you, man, you struggling. I was that too.
me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you was young, it's the same as me. But when I came into your life,
Mm-hmm,
I didn't give up.
mm-hmm,
I did not give up on you, man.
mm-hmm. You trying to make you trying to give me? Nah, nah, nah.
I
You did. I
didn't though.
appreciate that.
I
For real.
didn't. No matter, and I saw your struggles.
Mm-hmm.
I did, man. I'm serious.
Appreciate it. He's
Nah, for
trying to get me
real.
there.
Nah, it's
All right,
real.
man. If I get the crowd over here,
It's okay.
nah. So yeah, he
Shoot.
been knowing me for quite a while, probably about eight,
He got me. I
eight to
got
10 years.
myself crying.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that because you definitely came in and taught me so much. I mean, I remember. I don't know if I told you, but my mother, when I was younger, she tried so hard to be my father, she forgot how to be my mother
Yeah.
at some point. And so that was a
One of the things, man, that never can happen. I can braid my daughter's hair.
all you want.
I can braid her hair, and a woman can do the exact design.
Mm-hmm.
God has created the essence of a woman and the chemistry connected to that girl.
Mm-hmm.
If I braid her hair, it's just a dad doing it.
Mm-hmm.
A woman can throw a football with her son. It don't make her no man or nothing. It's just her a mama throwing a football with her son. But when a father do it, man, that connection is something else, man.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I hooped with my dad? How
Mm-mm.
intentional I had. I never told you that.
No.
Yeah, so it was about 2 years ago. I had an idea and I got a bucket list, and I was like, man, I never seen my dad play basketball. So I reached out to him and was like, I want to play basketball. The thing that was weird to me was that we had to schedule to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure if I call you,
Yeah.
you want to play basketball? Yeah, we can go today. Where you at?
Yeah.
So that was a little thing. But we ended up playing basketball, man. It was one of the most beautiful moments of my life because I actually got to see my dad do something physical.
Yeah.
And we never spent that one-on-one time like that. So that was like
Yeah.
a life-changing experience for me.
But you know what? You see how you grab, if he haven't never been there for you in ways, but you took just that part and you kept it. That's what a lot of the people don't understand. That's what the baby mamas don't understand. That's what the baby daddies don't understand. That's what some of the parents don't understand. As a young man, we grab one or two things from our father, even though they ain't been there the whole time. Same thing with my father. I remember he bought me some Jordans, the black ones with the red bottom. And he complained about it. Hey, $100. I spent $100 on them Jews. That's why today I got shoes for kids when they father probably or they mom don't fall through, man. Same thing with I got some remote control cars because I got a program that I'm trying to elevate, which is the art of parenting. Where kids can play with their parent. It's parent and children. It's not drop your parent off. It's parent and children. That's got to, you know what I mean?
That's important, man.
Yeah.
You taught me how to be intentional with my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about not, are we gonna do this next week? No, we're gonna do this tomorrow. Yeah. We're gonna do this today.
Yeah.
Like I just called you last week and told you I want to do more activity with my kids and teach them myself, getting books and different. You ain't wait a month. You didn't wait.
I came in with that stuff. I came in with it. I'm ready. Boom. This is how you do it. You're going to set school up in your house.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Then you remember that? Do you remember that one day me and you prayed and the mile she was looking? You know, remember that day? I said, come on. You said, man, I ain't used to this. But that's what's needed.
Yeah.
And reason why you're not used to it is because parents didn't do it for you. They was taking care, putting roof over the table, food on them, and it was that. But we needed more in this garden. You got to do more to the garden for it to grow. Both of them are gardeners.
And it's an intentional thing.
Yeah, man.
And
So
I didn't know how impactful it was, even with now doing the workbooks and stuff with my kids. In they head, Daddy spending time with me.
Yeah.
They don't know. I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to get you at a better level. But just seeing that, and now I'm doing that, posting it on my social media.
Yeah.
You know how many other people go? I don't even know if you knew I posted. I posted it on my social media, but it inspires other people to be like, hey, I need to be more intentional with my children.
For sure. Don't listen. Man, it's you first and your children. Ain't nothing else. You can't. Man, I do. I don't care what it is. I'm doing everything. I'm a father, and I'm proud to be one. I'm a stepfather. I'm proud to be one. I tried my best to be with children. I prayed. I said, if God put me in the presence of a woman with children, no matter whatever happened, I'm gonna be there for them. That's what's lacking. My mama had boyfriends. Once they broke up, it was over.
Yeah.
It wasn't no impact with him, with these children that he done came into their life. You know, so it's a lot of work, but you have to work on yourself. You know, you can't try and do stuff all beat down and broke up, messed up. Now you got to work on yourself, and then jumping into relationship, you got to learn the parents' patterns. You got this young man or this young lady, and you don't know nothing about the mama and daddy, but you just see them, they just look good. Nah, you got to know the patterns. Their mom, dad, are they together? Did their grandparents, were they together? What do that look like? What do she got on her belt, on her tool? Like what tools she got to give you? Now, if all the women just was all single, you know what I'm saying? And now you want to break those patterns. Understand it. She need to understand it so she can break those domino effects.
Yep.
He need to understand if her dad wasn't around, how is she gonna receive him? She might come into his life and expect him to just, yeah, man pay bills and the man just it's all he do. No, it's more to that.
Yeah, fatherhood, manhood is way
Yeah,
more than
it's
that.
more. It's vice versa with the woman.
But
It's
we're not taught that.
mm-mm,
I always said, man, I've heard, and I couldn't wait to say this on the podcast. I've heard how to be a man from women more than I ever heard from a man,
straight up.
and I think that's been a problem. I'm sorry, in the black community,
Yeah,
that we don't have enough of the black man telling you like, or being able, and also the young man receiving it. You know,
yeah,
because some of you might tell me some man, young man might be like, no, I'm not listening to you.
yeah,
He ain't
yeah,
my daddy.
yeah.
You know that's their mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and so I feel like yeah. With that being said, life
Yeah,
is.
it is a lot. I used to think I've always heard women say um real men pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I thought. That's what it is. You
And you
know,
thought that was just it, the provider. You
just
forgot
providing
the
is it, yeah,
protector,
and all kind
the
of others. Yeah.
fatherhood role, all of the other things that
But the
involve being a man.
but the part was the woman's part. That's what I didn't see.
Mm.
Because a man should have his own. A
Yes.
man should have his own car, his own place.
Mm-hmm.
And then that part, I mean, especially when you're jumping into dating and doing stuff. Before all of that, going to school, graduate, go to college, succeed, climb, climb, build, get your own foundation. Then guess who you're gonna see up there? You're gonna see the same, you're gonna see a girl up there too. Or the young lady gonna see this young man up there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't be way down here, up here struggling and trying to make each other do premature things and
But
playing house and
it's kind
struggling
of
and
like what you were saying though.
yeah.
It's like the person that's teaching that person don't have much to offer because they didn't get taught it.
And it don't
So then
make
it's a
nobody a
domino
bad.
effect.
Exactly, man. It don't make nobody a bad person. It's just they jumping in things, man, and they lack a lot. They lack a lot.
Yeah.
Our parents lack a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And have those discussions with your parents before God calls them. I had
Woo!
those
Yeah, get
discussions
on
with
that
my
one.
mama. Yeah,
That's one you got to really get on because I realize it's not going. Once they gone, they gone. You still gonna carry that. And not to
man.
bring up my situations, but I got some sisters that got some real hurt when it come to my father,
Yeah,
and they don't know that once he gone, he did not really kind of forgave himself for all the things that he knew he did wrong. If you don't ask them questions now, he gonna be gone, and you're not gonna be able to get them answers that you've
straight
been
up,
looking for,
straight up.
and you still gonna have that hurt in your heart.
Yeah, I asked my father, man,
And
before
that's
he.
scary though. My bad. Go ahead,
It no, you're right. It is scary. It's scary to even approach it.
man. I not to interrupt you, but
No,
I
you
remember I
good.
had my first conversation with my dad, telling him how I felt, and we actually had it at my award ceremony. And I
Mm-hmm.
was telling him, like, man, I feel like you don't support me enough. I done
Mm-hmm.
seen you go all the way out of town and drive all the way town and spend some money at a concert for an R&B concert, but I'm here in the city and you can't come
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes and
Yeah.
you can't be like, oh, I'm coming in free. You can't be like, I'm supporting my son.
Mm-hmm.
And we both we was emotional in that award ceremony having that
Yeah.
conversation. So,
Yeah.
but
And those was tears of years.
I was scared I was scared to talk to my dad like that. Not because I was scared he was gonna be angry, but scared of how he was gonna receive it.
For sure.
A lot of us be scared of how our parents receive it. They
Yeah.
like, oh, we gonna hurt their feelings.
Especially when you ain't been around. Or it's been a situation where it was do what I say, not as I do.
Mm.
Yeah, I get it, man. My father, before he passed, I had to ask him, why you did not parent me?
Mm.
And I'm over here assisting him, and he was in the hospital. He was like, "Well,
On his
why?
deathbed.
Yeah, he went on his deathbed, but he
Okay.
was caught up with drugs and and you know, he wasn't in his best.
So you asked your father why he wasn't there.
Yeah,
How
and he
hard
was.
was that?
It was easy. I didn't
Okay.
because I didn't have no hurt feelings because my mama never dogged him or compared me to him. She
Oh,
did what she had to
so
do.
you wasn't asking out of a hurt place. You was asking
Nah,
out of understanding.
I was asking, yeah, like why? The reason why, 'cause I didn't want to repeat whatever he did.
Mm,
Straight up. My
mm,
mama moved on. He said because she moved on. She moved on and married.
mm,
That's what his excuse. So I knew it. I said, I never do that. I'm gonna try my if I'm with someone and they have child, I'm gonna be there for that child. Or my child too. You know, if my biological child, I'm gonna be there. If I'm with a woman, no matter if we together. And I said, I don't want to repeat what he did. Because I reflect off my mama, who her boyfriends and who they had, they wasn't there. Once it was broke up, it was over.
mm.
That was it. You know. So we have to break the domino effect, but we have to face them little fears.
Yeah.
You have to face them type of thing. I appreciate my mother not keeping me who wasn't at their best.
Mm-hmm.
Some was alcoholic, one was abusive. I'm grateful, and I tell her today. I've been telling her today how I'm thankful and grateful for her not keeping them.
Mm.
She never bashed it. She never compared us to them or just all of it. If anything, seeing my mama cry or hurt was based on us being knuckleheads.
Mm.
Me and my brother. That was it.
Mm.
It wasn't about no relationship.
Yeah.
I ain't never saw my mama cry about no relationship.
Nah, that's good.
You know, up here, oh Lord, if anything, she worried about us out here in these streets,
Mm-hmm.
scared that we gonna die out here in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, man? Straight up, you know, and that's is well appreciative. That's why, man, we have to take on and talk to our parents.
Yeah.
You won't have some teary moments. You won't.
Man,
I.
them is scary conversation to have.
It is, man, but we got to.
And you're right, because after having that conversation with my mother, when our relationship is beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, man, and we got to do it, man. These kids is gravitating to the teachers, gravitating to. I'm being a parent. I'm an educator. Yeah, I'm teaching. I'm not just teaching art. I'm teaching life skills. I got I got some flyers that I made for children who wanted to braid hair, do hair, and nails. I was buying nail products and hair products for them to just start off a little business.
Mm-hmm.
The young men that want to be a photographer, I got him a camera, just to be motivated. So if all fail, shoot, my art teacher gave me this camera. He gave me this. He inspired me.
And you planted
Some
that
art.
seed.
Yeah, I planted that seed.
Man,
Man,
you only need one person to
yeah,
believe in
man,
you.
straight up,
You know.
straight up. And I asked these kids, "What you need? Make a logo. I got you." I'm doing something now. The kids want to make a rubber band necklaces and bracelets.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Lemonade stands, different things like that. They have to be inspired.
Nah, you're right. You definitely
You
have
know,
to.
and there's no shade at all because we are, like I said on my sign out there, we all are awesome. We all are great.
And you already talk about it. It's a community effort.
It is.
You
It's
you
a
said it to
village.
me all
Yeah.
the time. It's not just the teachers. It's you at home. What are you doing at home? What are you doing as a father?
Yeah.
What are you doing for yourself to make sure you're there for your children?
For sure. For sure. It ain't, man. We all wear titles. We all have titles,
Hmm. Multiple titles at that.
multiple titles, and we all you uncle, son, husband, grandfather, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the position you have at your job, educator, however, the woman, mother, auntie, sister, friend, these are all titles,
Hmm.
right? Uh, Mentor, you teaching, So how are we holding them? If we ain't got it together, then you definitely ain't taking on your titles
Man, you
because
ain't
we
lying.
we hold them. We all of that, especially if you're
Yeah.
an adult.
And definitely got to lead by example. It's definitely something that I've learned. You said you had you said you had something that was gonna make me cry.
Oh, you was already almost there. I done seen it. I done seen you. Yeah, yeah. But it was basically that I didn't give up on you, man.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw you when you were struggling.
yeah, you did.
You know what I'm saying? I saw it, man, and
But I never forget, even man, some of the times you and I remember, man, you even literally giving me a shirt I
yeah,
had on at a certain location, would just you was like, nah, I ain't about to let you
yeah,
giving me a shirt, gave me a shirt.
yeah,
Speaking life into me, something that I ain't really have. I mean, I had mentors, but it's different from a person literally being there and telling you and talking to you,
yeah,
and talking to you in the point to where I don't care if it hurt your feelings. That's how you was.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is what you need to be doing as a young black man. You need to be intentional. You need to be focused on yourself,
Hmm.
spending time with your daughters, and focus on getting your money and work and staying focused.
Yeah, and I just wasn't saying stuff, man. You remember when I came over to your crib and
Mhm.
was food prepping? I
Mhm.
sat y'all down. I was in there showing you different things because it's doable.
Mhm.
I did not run the streets, man. Period. When it came down to being a parent,
Mhm.
I enjoy doing things for my daughter. To keep way before
So,
she was born,
man,
the girls,
I
I
guess
was all in
my
their life
question
doing
is
all kinds of stuff.
My question is how did you learn to just be so intentional though? Because like us young fathers, and I'm speaking for us all, we be lost in our mind. We be in autopilot mode.
Yeah.
And when you say little stuff like, "Nah, you should be doing that," why not think about
Cut
that?
some of that the social media off, man. And I'm not a social media savvy type of person
Mm-hmm.
though. But if I was posting something, it's intentionally activities, going horseback riding with my daughter. It be
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Just something positive, but it's nothing. Our young youth, man, they all this. I had some kids, man. I'm getting a little off track, but kind of in the same. Some students, they had some paper, blank paper, and ripping it out of a notebook,
Mm-hmm.
and they making it look like they got stacks of money,
Mm-hmm.
but they only mimicking other men,
Mm-hmm.
rappers or
That they
something.
see, yeah.
So all I'm saying is be intentional to save them from being trapped to what they seeing on social media.
Mm.
Like it has to be intentional for them to see positive stuff from social media. You can put that in their face.
Mm-hmm.
Your girls, you need to be showing them all about you.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right? Right?
yeah,
Yeah. You already
yeah.
know my daughter been at the school since the kindergarten all the way up to sixth grade.
Shoot, she here right now. It's
Yeah.
like what 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
they
and we
in
doing
there.
a
That's right,
podcast.
man.
And
I,
I'm glad you said that because I didn't understand how much of an impact it'll play on my kids seeing me be in a position, seeing me on
yes.
the stage, seeing me do the podcast.
They need to
You
see
know,
you before they see little June Bug, who got all the money
yeah,
and the rims.
yeah,
They need to see a strong black man.
mm-hmm.
Not saying that Lil Junebug is not a
Ain't
strong
yeah,
man,
yeah.
but
They
you
father,
show it more.
yeah,
Like I said on my sign, we all are great,
mm-hmm.
but some show it better or more than others.
Mm-hmm.
So your children need to see greatness through you. So then they quoting like our brothers and sisters when they speak the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to say, no, my daddy, no, my daddy, my mom is G, my daddy. But they need to see, and we speaking fatherhood
Mm-hmm.
because we're lacking. We're
Yeah,
lacking.
yeah.
So fatherhood, man, they need to see that. My daddy don't. Daddy said don't do that.
Man, that's why I continue to just stay intentional where being in that moment, understanding like, all right, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to be teaching them. Like I was intentional about teaching them once a week a successful black woman.
Straight up.
Like literally, you can ask
Straight
them
up.
now, any one of them, they'll tell you a successful black woman. And I'm gonna tell you a woman that surprised them that I said too. And this goes back to what you were saying. They mother. The
Yeah.
third week I told them they mother.
Yeah.
I was like, that was like the third successful black woman is not to say their mama name, and they
Yeah.
was like, oh, he said,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because like you said,
Yeah.
when you speaking highly about someone, that they see all the time, it
Yeah,
does something to their mind. You know,
it
not
do.
only outside the household, but in your household.
Yeah,
That's a successful
and
woman.
I did I wanted to do a collage with my daughter's mom.
Hmm.
Cause her profession, so she can see that it could be a talking piece, especially with the
I love
grandchildren.
that.
They need to see success as they would see in these books.
Yeah,
When
or a
they
celebrity, so it's like somebody they can literally touch. My mother is someone
Yeah,
that's
my mom,
successful.
my grandmother is successful. My father is successful. So they see clips and this, here I am, we at school, they see that and they can say, oh, okay, in my household, it's successful.
Yeah.
Not street, not none of this. I had to correct a lot of children
Hmm.
who is bringing in street, who is
Mm.
bringing in, um,
The mindsets,
yeah,
the mentality.
yeah, and that's just like my mindset wall. It on the one side it's a growth mindset, positive self talk. On the other side is fixed mindset, negative self talk. And
Hmm.
a lot of us gravitate to a negative self talk.
Yeah.
We talking negative within ourselves.
Yeah.
Everything is what you looking at. Oh my God, and it's too aggressive.
Yeah.
They got reality shows based on straight up fixed mindset, negative self talk. Got
Yeah.
our black queens scrapping and fighting each other.
And that's
And
the image.
that's the image.
That's
Then you
crazy.
got the girls, this is what they doing. And we have to, then they got men. They got men, strong black men, grabbing women and putting them into a box in a square and make them scrap.
Yeah.
So the odds is against us, man. We had to stand on it. We gotta stand on it, man. Just like with you, when you were younger,
Hmm.
man, I saw the struggles. I never gave up, man.
Hmm.
Did I dislike some stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still was there like a father would.
Hmm.
Man, that's what's important.
No, you ain't lying.
That's what's important. Someone being there, being part of the village. That man that got killed or a man that get killed, it ain't no gave up. He gone.
Yeah.
Now, what happened to the child, the children?
Hurt.
Hurt,
Growing up without a father. So many questions.
growing up without a gardener. Only one gardener is watering the seed, right? Where that man is she going to embrace strong black men or even the man who got killed?
Mm.
How will she use him to water the seed on behalf of the man that's gone? That's what's important too. I'm gonna water my seed on behalf of the parent that's not around.
Mm.
Yeah, your father was a great man. Why not? Because you're accepting them to make these children
Hmm.
water, right?
He's talking.
Man, water the seed
Yeah.
on behalf of that. And my mama did not dog out the men she accepted in her life.
Hmm.
She did not dog out. She didn't compare. She didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You ain't men, ain't that she couldn't say that. All men, she can't say all men. It was about 5 men or whatever men she had accepted in her life.
Yeah.
And well, they just wasn't nothing. Nah, they were something.
Hmm.
My father was a fireman. He was a soldier.
Like you
He
said,
just
we
didn't
all.
illustrate it to me. He didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Man, and that's so important, man.
He just he didn't give. So she can't just say, all men. No, they just didn't succeed.
For sure.
And she had to keep it pushing because she got children. They didn't.
Hmm.
My father didn't succeed. He did what he could do, and that was it.
Hmm.
My mama illustrated unconditional love for us,
Hmm.
no matter what we were going through or what she was going through.
Hmm.
So I'm doing what she did. She was a village for real. Straight up,
I love
man.
that, man. I love that, man. And I'm gonna end it here because I feel like this was really good.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I want to say, is there anything you want to leave the people with?
Oh man.
Cause you dropped some gems in here. I can't wait to
Well, I be
flip it up.
you know, each one reach one, each one teach one, of course.
Hmm.
all hands on deck. All hands on deck.
How can they support you as well? The people that's watching.
How they
What
can.
you how can they support you as far as what you got going on? Could they bring you, some things for the students?
Oh yeah. If you do have clothes, shoes, roughly used or new, that'll be fine because I'm elementary school teacher. So in many different sizes, so that's K through 6. So definitely, toiletries,
Hmm.
stuff like that. I do have a cabinet with deodorant and different things like that for the girls and boys. Little sprays. They'd be like, "Mr. Avery, you got some of that spray?" And I give them them little
Yeah,
Axe sprays and
yeah.
stuff. But yeah, definitely clothes.
And where can they find you at? If they wanted to be able to send it to you.
Well, I'm on Facebook. I'm definitely on Facebook. Just my first and last name. You can look me up, drop a message, and if you have that, I definitely come get it.
Let them know your first and last name.
Makeba Averitte on Facebook. You'll see me with my daughter and stuff. So.
Yes, sir.